All right, well, never done this before. Try and start making video logs of stuff that I do on a daily basis. I get a lot of people that ask me what I do every day, and I never have an answer for them because it's something new every day. So today, this little Kawasaki 175 two-stroke, I found some paperwork on it. Maybe we'll grab it, document a little bit. Going through the petcock, whatever you call this thing. It's vacuum operated, so there's a diaphragm on the inside that sandwiches between here, and it's got to see vacuum before it will let fuel flow through it. And I kid you not, I should have. I mean, I think you can see the dust coming out of this thing. It's like dandruff. It's nasty. And then look inside there. It's like the fuel like gelled. Let me grab the tank real quick. This tank, for having sat since the 80s, this is amazing. I mean, I've seen tanks, I don't know how well you can see in there. I mean, it is, yeah, I think you can see it. There's, well, that doesn't look great back there. Look at this. That's just gel crap coming out from inside the petcock where the actual filler neck was. See how nasty that filler neck? I think this will clean up. I don't think you can get parts for this thing. Hopefully I can get a rebuild kit. Probably a China-made rebuild kit for this petcock, but I'm almost positive you're not gonna be able to buy a new one. And it's kind of warm. We're like in between spring and summer, and 82 in my shop already. I don't think it's even that warm outside, but it's definitely getting warm already. Man, this will not clean up in there. I might have to grab, I don't know if I have a small scraper. Small chisel might work. I think this is a gasket. I'm trying to get a chunk of it to show you guys, or whoever's watching. Me? Probably just me. Maybe Lily. It's gross. I don't know how this looks so disgusting, but the tank looks really good. Oh, there's actually metal in there. I don't believe it. I thought it was a gasket, but I don't think it is. And I already sprayed this down with brake clean, and it was sitting in that gas, obviously, at the bottom of the tank. But I don't know. This may be a lost cause. I may have to just, because it is regular threads, I could probably just do a shut off. I don't need all this fancy vacuum operated petcock or anything like that. I just want a flow fuel. So I know that has compression, but that was like no joke 3 years ago. And I didn't want to tear into this bike. I mean, you haven't seen my shop. I have a lot of projects going on. Anywho, I'm gonna pause here and then I'll pick it back up. Here's more of that dust crap. I don't know what that is. I've never. Oh, hey, look at this. I think this is an O-ring. Yep, that was some sort of O-ring. I don't know. That may not have been all junk. That could have been some sort of. Oh no, that wasn't an O-ring. That's an O-ring. That's how it seals to the tank. Anyway, oh look, now it spins. Yeah, that was not spinning before. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, look at this, I found another hole. Oh my gosh. This is pretty disgusting. I found another hole. There's see, yeah, so there's 3 holes in there, and I only thought there was 1. Yeah, there was an O-ring in there. Probably should find that. Alrighty, so I never did look at what this thing is. It actually is kind of a neat little bike. I really want to work on it. It's got a separate little oil reservoir right here, which I haven't looked into that. It does have oil in it, so it's probably just fine. And the paint's in really good shape. Oh, look at this. DMV paperwork. Oh, no way. It's got the guys. So it's a 73 Kawasaki is all it says. It's from Yuba City, so it's like hometown Never really left Yuba City. Oh, miles. 1,941 miles. Total, oh, this is the registration card. Oh yeah, it has a plate, so this can go on the road. $15. And just for reference, California, my other motorcycles are 150 plus. So 10 times less. Granted, that was 50 years ago, 73. Yeah. 52 years ago. That's gross, but yeah, so Kawasaki MC is all it says. Looks like he had it registered till 83, 82, 83, 79. The 83 year I was born. Last time this thing ran. State Farm insurance card. That's crazy. People didn't have insurance back then. I mean, he didn't have to have it, but pretty cool that he kept all that stuff. But anyway, pretty cool that all that information is still in there. I think we got a title somewhere. I mean, the plate is still on it. Like, this thing has literally sat for 50. No, I guess not 50 if it was 80. 83 was the last time it was registered. Well, hey, dummy. What's the tag say? 84. So he paid it probably in 83. He got the 84 tag, and it doesn't appear that he'd been riding it anyway, because 1,900 miles. The seat obviously has a big old rip in it, but there's nothing other than some surface rust. There's nothing bent. These lights are just loose, and it looks like the rubber has shrunk, so they just literally need to be tightened up. Inside here, I guess talking about the completely full. Another indication wasn't getting ridden. That's fine. Just fill it with grass. That's like a little screen, looks like. But I mean, oil is right to the top of the tank. So I don't know. I might change that out. I may just put two-stroke oil in the gas like it had. I mean, think about it. That's what saved that tank. Weird, this thing has 2 spark plugs on a little 175 motor. I'm not familiar with these. There's not many people that are. They don't have a lot of information out there for them. Oh, hey, by the way, what you're hearing is that ultrasonic cleaner. It's kind of annoying, but I got it really far away, so hopefully it's not too annoying on the video. And these tires, I mean, do I trust them? No. And they're a little checked, but I'm gonna roll them for sure because I just want to ride the thing, see how it works. Suspension is quality, and it's drum brakes, so you know it's like you don't have any, which is fine because I don't think this is going that fast anyway. And we don't have a key though. The key is missing. There's a random cable to I don't know what. Oh, I do know what. Right here. I don't know what. Nope, I don't know. There's a brake, there's a clutch, and then there's a random cable up here for something. Oh, the throttle's completely stuck. Like, no movement at all. So that's great. I'll have to take that apart and fill it full of oil or something. I'm gonna pull these carbs. You aren't gonna be able to see nothing because, well, I don't even know. Maybe I can turn the bike. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get you in here or not. I don't even know what I'm doing on this thing. I know the carburetors are behind this housing. That's weird. There's like a safety chain connected to the brake. I have no idea what that's for. Anyway, all of the cables, all of the, like the choke, the clutch, I think, yeah, the clutch is back here, oil lines, fuel lines, vacuum line, they're all going inside here, and this is just a grommet. You probably can't see nothing. Anyway, I'm just talking to myself at this point. Nobody's even listening because I'm sure you're all bored at this point. All right, life hack. Whatever you young kids call it these days. Magnet trays. Not all screws are magnetic, obviously. Some are stainless. You get brass ones, whatever. Anyway, I don't care. It's a little organizer that sticks to crap. Look, it sticks to anything. I mean, metal. But everything in the shop's metal. Sticks there, holds the screws. I just get a bunch of these every time I go to Hobo Freight. And I know that all the screws in this little guy are for that project. Well, okay, or even that part of the project. So I've taken this cover off to get into here. I don't know what it does. I don't know. I haven't been in here. It's not wanting to move. But whatever's in here, I know that I got all the screws in one spot. Oh, hey, look. I found something. Oh, okay. Things are happening. I don't know if it's good, but stuff's moving. Probably breaking it. That's rubber. I mean, it might as well go in there. Oh, okay. This is the top of the carbs, I think. There's, well, you guys, can you see anything? I know I can't. Oh my gosh, you probably just had a seizure. Probably still can't see nothing. But anyway, there's something going on under here. And it's kind of ridiculous, y'all. I don't know what's happening. There's just layer after layer of rubber. Okay, that's cool. It's a slide. Well, that's very loose. I think that's choke. I think this is choke. This is accelerator. Oh, okay, that's cool. You can actually adjust. Huh. I think that's air fuel. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I think that's air fuel. And look at this. I can take the top of the carb slide off right now, and I'll be able to pull this out. In theory. In theory. In theory. Yep. Stuff's happening. I'm probably gonna dump tuberculosis all over me. That's very sticky. Pretty clean though. Like, yeah, there's just some layer of sticky on there, probably the 2-stroke oil. That's exactly what it is. All the gas is dried out of there. I don't know how to get to the rest of this, so these half stripped out screws. Oh, hey, I got it. These screws have been out several times, and not by me. The heads are focus. Yeah, they're not happy. Am I gonna change them? No, they're original. Why would I change them? Got numbers matching screws on this one-of-one bike. Ah, there's sweat in my eye. Doesn't feel good. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just taking, oh, I guess I do know what I'm doing. Look at that. We got a carburetor. Can you see it? I don't know. Don't you, why don't you get here closer, okay? Better? I don't know. Can't be worse. Look at this. Just, oh. Why is that fuel line off of there? I didn't take that off. Did I? No. There's a, you can't see what I'm talking about. There's a screw right there. Can I get to it? Yes. Barely. All kinds of angle. I don't even know if this is doing anything. I don't want to drop that, but it's probably getting just dropped. I guess it can't go anywhere if it does drop. That's an oiler, it looks like. I just made that up. Tearing? Nope, not tearing. That screw didn't do anything, by the way. Literally, it fell. No big deal. I found it. You know, it's starting to make sense. Keep dropping it. All right. Give me one second. All right, well, phone call. So, what's that, 3 interruptions now? No big deal. Anyway, I got this off while I was on the phone. Dude, freaking, that was pretty cool. So, Can you see anything? Yeah, anyway, that right there, the carburetor literally slides right on there. Am I even doing it the right way? Yes. Yep, slides right in there. I guess if I didn't have hoses in the way, it'd slide back on. But there's no bolts. There's literally nothing. There's this little retainer that's down here that I guess is the overflow. I don't know, fuel keeps dumping. I'm being loose with the term fuel. It's mostly cesspool smelling stuff. It's weird because this has smell. It actually smells like penetrating oil, but like penetrating oil that's been ran through a toilet. Oh, more. I only got a little on my shirt. It's funny. Wearing a Vice Grip Garage shirt today. Did not plan that. I actually thought I put on one of my own shirts, but I have so many Derek shirts that, you know, I wear his instead of mine because they're way cheaper. Nope. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this nasty carburetor. Actually, it's okay. Nasty. It's really not. Okay, that side's worse. But it's like covered in 2-stroke oil, and I think that's the only reason why it's not disgusting. But anyway, I'm gonna take this over to the bench and bust it down. The choke, no. Choke was absolutely stuck in here. I was like, what am I missing? And then I realized it was just varnished in there. But then it comes out and it's covered in slime. This is my drill that I use for carburetors. I mean, I use it for a lot of stuff, but I only use this one on carburetors because it has like, it's worn out. Let's just say that. It's very worn out. I've had that for 10 plus years. Oh, that's gross. The smell is right. Jeez, what am I missing? Why won't this come off? No idea what that is. Some sort of rubber grommet thing. Did I not take all the screws out? Oh. That's, oh. I don't know, the ultrasonic's gonna touch that. There's still, nope, that needle is completely, completely stuck. I'm gonna just drop this in the gas. Probably pull this seat out. Needle and seat out, if I can get this pin out. Dude, look at this line, the black line of, I don't know, just disease. That O-ring just absolutely disintegrated in my hand. That was fun. By the way, Mikuni, made in Japan. You can read it. Yep, you can see it. OE, like original edge. Oh, almost got it. Probably gonna, all the parts gonna fly out of there. Yep, look at that. I wonder if the black crap is wiping off, but the varnish, that's weird. The part that wasn't submerged, that was black, is actually cleaning off. Anyway, this is gross. Turpentine and pine sol. I just dented it. Oh, that's really thin. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put that in the ultrasonic. Let's see if we can get that needle out of there. Dude, it keeps splooging. Does this turn? Oh, nope, doesn't turn. Nope, doesn't turn. Still doesn't turn. I mean, it has flats on it like it would turn. Oh, hey. It immediately broke loose. You know why? Because it twists. Probably should put a socket on it because it looks like it's 10 millimeter. Because it's Japanese. I can just spin it with my fingers though. Look at that. That is funky. Oh. I'm showing it below the camera. You guys remember this first video? I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway. Oh my gosh, where's the camera? I don't know how to get it to focus. Click on it, maybe. Yeah, put it there. Oh look, more of that magic pixie dust. The death of a carburetor dust. It's kind of funny. It's making like a little worm of crap. Aaron Fowler's texting me right now, says, "You interested?" But I didn't see his previous text, so I can't possibly answer him. Well, I mean, I can say, heck yes, I'm interested. But it could be something I'm not interested in. Dude, I don't know what that is. It's kind of clayish. Pop that jet off of there. I think I can get the other one off too. Anyway, I gotta get going. Probably should look at my phone. I got a whole bunch of people blowing me up. Aaron Fowler's got something for me. Apparently I'm interested in it. I don't even know what it is. Wow, was this crooked the whole time? Did you guys, like, didn't you say something? Probably was crooked the entire time. Hey, look at that, the gasket's still on here. And if I touch it, it's probably, oh, no way. I better document this. It's never happened to me in my life. Never happened in my life. Oh, I just broke it. Never mind. Still hasn't ever happened in my life. It's very hard though. Like, I don't know. Super thick. I don't think it was ever rubber. I think it was, nope, it was. I immediately regret that. Friday is gonna be the day that I'm gonna try to do this more. Try and just document. Might not be this bike, but if I see it, I'll probably start working on it. So it probably will be this bike, but I'm gonna leave my tripod. Oh, that gas is burning my mouth still. Well, gas. Anyway, so I want to start doing this. I don't want to say maybe daily. I don't know. I mean, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. I mean, I think we're going on 45 minutes now, but I also rambled for a lot of it. So anyway, I'm going to lose all these parts before this next episode anyway. But anyway, I'm going to try and rein this in next time. Try to make it make a little more sense. Right now, I'm just kind of getting used to this, trying to figure it out. Probably spend 30 hours editing all 4 of these takes, clips, whatever you call them. Vines? Nope, that's not what it's called. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, so I will be back probably Friday. So I'll be here. I want to try to do some work on that thing, but I also got to go, because I don't have enough, I got to go pick up another motorcycle. This one's got a blown motor, but I need the tank off of it. So why wouldn't I just buy the whole bike? I mean, the guy said I can just buy the tank, but it makes more sense just to buy the whole thing, because duh. All right, everybody, I got the carburetor taken out of the ultrasonic cleaner, and it actually came out a lot better than I anticipated. I still haven't really cleaned it up at all. It's got some weird blackening. I don't know what you call it. Dark spots, I guess. I've never really seen that. It's pretty blotchy looking. Normally they come out pretty, I don't want to say shiny, but at least an even color. I might need to change the fluid concoction that I have in the ultrasonic cleaner. I think this diaphragm for the petcock it turned out the strangest looking, but honestly it all's a lot cleaner than when it went in, so that's good. The float bolt is shockingly better than when it went in. I thought it was a lost cause. There's this weird brown, like rust stain looking in the oh, like I said, I haven't cleaned it up. It's coming right off, so that's good. Ultrasonic did its job. I'm probably gonna make this short today. It's kind of warm in here again, but anyway, I want to get this carburetor at least completely torn down. I ran out of time yesterday and I totally forgot to take the jets out of it. So I'm gonna take a look at those and see how bad it is inside of there. Let me grab a 8 mil, might get what it is. Yep, 8 mil. Crack those open and see if I can get anything to flow through that. Oh wow, that was way too loose. Definitely should have been tighter than that. I mean, that was almost finger tight. And oh, it's actually clear. I did not expect that. Perfectly clear. Yeah, that ultrasonic did a better job than I gave it credit for, I guess. And the other jet, I gotta find a screwdriver. There we go. I don't know how this one's gonna turn out. We'll see. That didn't feel good. Don't want to strip it out. Oh, I think. Scary noises, not necessarily good noises. I might put some penetrating oil in there, let it soak, because that does not feel good. I don't want to put heat to it either. All right, I'm gonna soak this thing. Well, that didn't pause. All right, so I can't get that out. I don't know. I'm not really super worried about it because I don't even know how this bike's gonna even run. So we'll see. I'm not gonna worry about it for now. But here's what I am doing. You get one of these. I don't know. K&L. It doesn't matter what brand it is. Don't get scammed into buying the Carburetor, you know, nozzle, jet cleaner, whatever. Go to a welding shop. I bet Hobo Freight even sells these. I don't know, I've had this for years. But it is just basically a switchblade. All these different sizes. So if you look, that just fell right through. And it's going through there, and it's not hardly even touching anything. And I've heard people say, oh, you're ruining the jet by running these little knurled wires down there. But hey, guess what? You know what ruins the jet too? Not flowing fuel. So I'm more worried about flowing fuel at this point than ruining the jet. And I can't get it out anyway. So that's the second life hack for y'all. Okay, so now this 6th wire cleaner, I don't know, nozzle cleaner. This one's pretty tight, and I probably shouldn't force it in there, but I'm gonna, because I don't know if that, like, it partially went in, so I don't know if that is junk. No, you could actually hear it. It's not junk. So anyway, probably should stop, because if you go and ream out this thing with the little knurled wires, see how it's smooth and then it gets rough? If you go reaming it out with that, now you're actually enlarging it, and so you're changing the jet size, and that's not ideal. So anyway, I'm stopping there, closing back in. I'm not joking, probably had this thing 15 years, 10, 15 years. Bought it for welding tips. Then when I started in carburetors, I see they try to, you know, scam you into buying that for $15, $20, $30. You get it at a welding shop, usually for free, because they're just, you know, kind of like the giveaway little things when you buy something. But anyway, that's that. I'm not gonna try and get that loose. I'm not that worried about it. It'll flow fuel now, so that's all that really matters. The other jet, I guess I probably should have checked that one too. That one I'm just starting off with the big one because that's the fast idle. The other one is, the small one is the idle jet. The big one is your fast idle or, you know, running. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Probably full of, you know, all kinds of goodies. Even this largest one, which is, I don't know, definitely bigger than welding wire, but it still has the knurled edges, so you can kind of get in there and clean out some junk in there. Now this one, the jet screws into it, so this is just the emulsion tube, orifice tube, I don't know, something tube that siphons fuel off of it. And then the other one, same thing, that just passed right through there. The ultrasonic cleaned up that most of the way. Well, pretty much all the way. There's nothing on there, so that's good to go. I'm gonna just put that back in. There is an O-ring that I'm not gonna change. It sticks out of the carburetor down the bottom. It's funky. I don't know. No, I guess it doesn't. That doesn't stick out. These tubes, when this is back together, I can't put this back together until the float's on. That pin has to be driven back through. Anyway, this goes on here, and for whatever reason, oh, I know what they are. They're overflows. They're overflows. They go to different levels inside the carb body. I had it backwards. Anyway, fuel was just coming out of those when I angled it in the bike, but they're overflows. Yeah. So I guess if the float sticks and they're at two different heights, I don't know if yeah, there you go. There you can see it. They're two different heights. I don't know why. I've never seen that before. I've never seen duals. Usually it's only one. But anywho, I'm gonna go do some research. Hopefully not off the freaking Jungle website or eBay or Evil Bay, whatever we call it. I don't really want to get one from there because they're always trash, the rebuild kits. But I'm gonna just get whatever I can get. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna have much options. I may end up having to, you know, cannibalize a couple kits just to get this together, because remember, this guy came off in one piece, but it is rock hard and I cracked it. So I don't know, I can always RTV that thing, or, you know, whatever. I'll update you guys in a sec. Yeah, so just like I thought, this is why I didn't want to tear into this thing. I can get a carb rebuild kit. It's a very basic. You're gonna get the gasket, which is, you know, kind of important, I guess. I think that one would seal. You're gonna get the weird, funky, I mean, I kind of need this. This won't even, oh, I got it to move. It's moving, but it's not coming back up. Anyway, the needle and seat assembly. I think it's all in one. Anyway, so you get that. Yeah, that's not gonna pump fuel. And you would get a couple O-rings. I know what it was. So one of them is this guy. And then, oh, of course, the jets. It'll come with the jets, which are, you know, super basic. But it was $45 plus tax and shipping for this thing. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I mean, there's not an option. There's not even China rebuild ones. So Amazon, eBay is just like nothing. Nothing comes up. So, okay, so we got to order that. I did find, and I need to do some measuring on this nut here. This is like left-hand thread one way, right-hand threads the other. So yeah, it's left-hand threads onto this, and then it's right-hand threads onto the bottom of the tank. I need to measure that and see what those threads are, because there's a bunch of just generic ones without any of the vacuum, which I don't care about. I don't really want that anyway. It's just one less thing to go wrong. But anyway, it would just have the regular shut off. I want to go that route. I found as cheap as $10. Probably get what you pay for. So yeah, we're gonna be waiting on parts. This is why I didn't want to tear into this thing. I knew that parts were gonna get, you know, pretty hard to get on this thing. 50, what did we say? 52, 53 years old. So anyway, this kind of puts us on hold. Sucks. I wanted to just see if it would crank over. Anywho, it's probably sets us back a little bit. Anyway, so this project's on hold for a little bit, and I'll keep you guys updated as far as parts go.
Last time, I actually learned quite a bit. I went back and watched everything that I had recorded, and it was pretty terrible. I didn't realize the background audio would be so sensitive on iPhones. My neighbor is directly next door. The wall is just shared, layer of drywall, and you could hear everything, the grinding, the hammering, everything that he was doing. So I'm gonna pay more attention to that when I'm recording next time. So hopefully we don't hear that the whole entire time. Well, I think I'm gonna tear this all back down again. This rubber is literally just peeing right out the carburetor right now. And I don't know what I missed, because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be actively leaking like that out of the bottom of the carburetor. So I'm gonna take this back off. We'll look into it and see what's going on. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. Time has passed, obviously, because I put this back together. Well, I guess I forgot to hit record, or I thought I hit record. So I got it all put back together, and this cover was a big problem of what was going on. The carburetor seals to the bottom here, and it actually helps push against the carburetor. That piece that I was showing you, it was just on upside down. And I took the carburetor back apart, and the needle and seat were not, they were sealing, but they weren't moving freely. So the float bowl would come up to close it off, and then when the fuel level would drop, then it would stay closed, and so fuel wasn't getting through there at all. So I took it out, put some little just oil and a Q-tip, and kind of polished it up a little bit. You can use whatever, but it was so small, it was like whatever I had to get in there just to polish it up. And like I said, you can't get parts for this carburetor. I took the oil injection apart, which is behind the kick lever, and that I still don't know if it's really pumping very well, because the way that it works is there's the throttle cable splits, and when you twist the throttle, it opens the carburetor. It also opens, well, I guess opens up for the oil pump. So there's also a shaft that drives through that spins the oil pump, and then when you twist the throttle, it lets a little oil through. Well, there's a clear line, and it does have oil in it, but it has a lot of air. And I tried to bleed it to get it out of there, and it just wouldn't pump any. So I'm not really sure what's going on. So I just put 2-stroke oil in it. When I was telling you about the petcock here, this was a vacuum operated one, and remember, it was completely just rotten, and there was no parts available. So I just, you know what, screw it, I'm putting this regular one on there, which was fine, except the vacuum operated part goes through the case into the carburetor, to the side of the carburetor, which pulls vacuum, which opened up the petcock. Well, when I got rid of it, I didn't realize that was just opened atmosphere, which was causing the bike to run really lean, or to be really lean, and so it would never start because there was just too much air. So I put the cover back on, I shoved a rag over the intake, and it actually then fired off. Even though I was putting a ton of fuel to it, brake clean, it just would not start. It wouldn't do anything. And I thought, well, maybe it's timing, maybe it's spark, maybe it's something, and it wasn't spark. I tested all that. And then finally I just choked off all the air, and it went a little bit. So I knew from there that it was a fuel related, well, technically air related issue. So I still have a vacuum leak from around the fuel line now. I don't know if there was a grommet or something, but it slowed down the leak enough that it will be a liar probably. Still doesn't want to idle. Oh, there we go. It doesn't want to idle because of the vacuum leak, but it will start at least. I'm going to put a little bit more oil in the gas because the oil injection is scaring me. It didn't smoke just very much just now, so I think it needs a little bit more oil in there. And then I'm going to try and seal this up just a little bit more. I think I'm going to have to take this back apart and do some sort of grommet on there, maybe just silicone RTV, I don't know, something, but I'm going to try to seal that up a little bit more, and I might even, around this case, I might put a little bit of RTV, and we'll just see what that does. All right, I'll get back to you. All right, so it's been a couple of weeks at least. I've been looking for parts, which I knew this was gonna be hard. And I think you can see right underneath, yep, we've got a pool of gas oil that's leaking from this thing. It's pretty nasty. So I think it's coming around the case on the bottom side from the gas two-stroke. I get a mixed member. So I found a new gasket for it. So it's actually this Nippon machine company, and that's all they make is gaskets. And it actually was pretty cheap, pretty reasonable. I think it was $10 shipped. So and the cool thing of this company, they let you buy things. I got this on eBay, so they'll let you buy directly from them. So they give you a link to their website and 30% off for the next purchase. So I'm like, that's pretty sweet. So then the other part I found on eBay, which we needed pretty bad, the carburetor is not sealing, and that's why the RPMs are going crazy. So there's a vacuum leak, extra air getting in there. And so I found this, it's called a carburetor holder. So that is a 73 only part number for this thing, but it fits the F6 and the F7. The cool thing, I got it for $20, but the shipping was $10. And I expected it to be an aftermarket thing, but this shows up in the bag, and I thought this was pretty cool. It's an original from 1973 genuine part, and it is pretty oxidized, the rubber is, which I was kind of worried about that, but it actually just wipes right off. So it I think either they had a coating on it or it is just oxidized, but it's cleaning up, so I'm not really worried about it. It is a little hard, but that's probably to be oil resistant, I would assume, because this is after the oil injection system. So anyway, we're gonna put that on there, give it a try, and just see if it helps, because remember I put that O-ring in there and that's not the answer. It's actually kicking these hoses out and making the throttle stick, even just that small amount from the O-ring, because it's pushing really hard into this case. And so hopefully getting rid of that, putting the new carburetor holder on there, will fix a lot of these problems. I still think we're gonna have some little bit of vacuum leaks, but it was not nearly as bad. My earplug is actually holding, it's working just fine. Now that it's gotten gasoline on it, it's swollen up, and the silicone trick kind of worked, but it's holding strong, so we'll see. I do think this tank is a little more varnished than I thought it was, because the petcock keeps getting plugged. It got clogged again, and if you look, the carb filter is not really flowing fuel very well, and I don't know if it is the carb or if the filter or not. I think it's plugged up. So I'm going to take the tank off again, and we'll see. Maybe I'll just get rid of the filter after I clean it really good. But right now I want that filter in there so we don't plug up this new the rebuilt carburetor. Okay, so a couple things. First of all, the guy I was talking about, Dale Swager, he's got the YouTube channel. Guy has tons of videos. He actually has an entire series on this exact bike, different year, but I believe his was 71. So there was very subtle differences on it, but he went into a very in-depth video on this carburetor, which unfortunately I didn't find until after I'd already done all this. But I rewatched what he had, and that guy has just a wealth of knowledge. But there was one product that he had recommended, these Forester products. That's the name of this company. They make these flat ground screwdrivers, and they were pretty pricey. I think that was about $80 off Amazon. which wasn't the cheapest. I found other places you could get it directly from them, but with shipping, Amazon ended up being the fastest and probably the next cheapest option. But they are pretty amazing. I actually haven't used them yet, but if you look, they are ground into the shape, and it's pretty unique. But anyway, so they are machinists or gunsmith screwdrivers. He uses them on carburetors, which I've never really found a good tool for taking out this brass, anything brass, and these are supposedly not supposed to strip out anything. The cool thing is there's 8 different sizes just for flathead screwdrivers, and I mean, I looked through mine, I only actually have 4 different sizes of mine, and none of them work. And so I kind of wanted to try this out and see, because there's one in there that I was not able to get out. Another thing that I learned in his video, I didn't even realize this, on most carburetors these are just opened up, but this one actually has an air, I think it's called an air bleed screw that's in there. Well, whoever had this carburetor apart before, I took it out and just put it right back in because there was nothing there and there was no hole to clean. Oh, okay, the spring is in there, but it didn't come out. There it goes. Okay, so it did come out, but you actually adjust that just like you would on any other carburetor. But this is 2-stroke. I told you guys I don't know anything about 2-stroke stuff, but he set his, I'm actually going to rinse these out again, but he set his at 1.5 turns out. I don't know where he's at as far as elevation, so I'm probably going to just start there. And the good thing is you can just adjust it because the carburetor sits outward like that on the bike, and so you can just adjust it by simply just taking that cover off really quick. The other thing that I didn't actually know this either, so this guy right here on the bottom, I think I drained all the gas out. This guy right here on the bottom is actually your main jet. I've never seen that before on a carburetor. This body down here normally is just to drain the carburetor, but they have this design, and there's an O-ring on this venturi, or it's basically a siphon. There's an O-ring that locks into the bottom down there, and that's where it pulls the fuel from the bowl. If you look, there is a hole on the bottom of it there that ties into this hole, and that's where the fuel flows through this main jet, because it's a banjo style bolt, just like you'd see in your brake lines, which, I mean, this is super unique. I've never seen anything like this. Like I said, I'm not a huge carburetor guy. I usually just clean carburetors, put them back together. I don't know the science behind them, but I do know that this guy is dirty again, and I've now cleaned it 3 times. So the tank is varnished, even though it doesn't look like it, but it's still, as it gets agitated, riding it around, and it's breaking up. I guess the gasoline is breaking it up, and now it's flowing in the tank, which I still don't understand because it's all going through that filter. But either way, it's got to be cleaned. So one cool thing I forgot to say the other day, Jeremy, my brother, who his bike actually is his, he's one that I guess abandoned it, here would be a better word. It's been sitting here for a while. He had no idea I was even working on it, so I texted him and I said, hey, I got a surprise for you, and it's got 2 wheels. And so he came over and had no clue how to kickstart the thing. Not that I really knew what I was doing either. And he gave it the old college try, trying to kick it over, and I showed him the decompression lever there. Actually, it's not, it's an original lever, but anyway, showed him that, and in one very weak kick, he got it started. It fired right up, and the shock on his face, because he's had this bike for probably going on 4 or 5 years, had it to a couple different mechanics, and neither of them even touched it. They just looked at it and they're like, oh, that's cool. Sat around their shops for a while, and nobody ever cracked the thing open. So anyway, that was a pretty cool story. So I'm gonna go through these guys again now that I have these good screwdrivers. Take that other jet out that I couldn't get out because it was partly stripped. So I'm gonna get that one out now and then see if anything comes out of there. But I believe that the one that I just took out, this air enrichener being all the way closed, I think that was part of the problem. So I'm gonna back that guy out a little bit, and then hopefully we'll be able to lower the RPMs down with the top. This top guy is what adjusts your RPM levels. So hopefully that will be able to adjust it down, because it was idling at like almost 2,000, and that was the only place that it would idle. So hopefully fixing the vacuum leaks, air leaks, and then actually getting the carburetor to flow air through it instead of pulling vacuum around it. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the old one, and it honestly looks okay, but if you put it on the carburetor, it just falls right in there. I mean, it's like, it's just that easy. Putting it on the new body, you actually have to shove it on there, and getting it off is a lot. That I actually didn't even put it on all the way. So that is going to be a huge difference. And this was the O-ring that I stuck on there, and you can see it's pretty thick. So that was on here to help it seal, and it was then pushing against this body really hard, and it just made the carburetor cocked slightly, and that's why these cables were not happy. Another thing, when I took it apart, I probably need to tighten the slide. I don't know what that's called. Slide cover? I don't know. Slide. I don't know. I have no clue what you'd call this. This is the slide, but I don't know what this nut is called. That was actually probably about 5 turns loose. So it had backed itself off, and that could have also been part of why it was idling so high. It was actually coming up an idle, and then you'd ride it, let the clutch out, and the RPMs would go through the roof. And so you'd actually have to use the brake to slow the engine RPM down. And it was a weird situation. I mean, I was glad that it was running, but it was definitely dangerous. I actually had it run away on me one time, and the kill switch didn't turn the engine off. I'm not sure why, so I just had to put it in gear and stop it, and it killed the engine. But it was pretty sketchy, because I thought it was going to blow the motor. So let me dig into this thing, clean it up a little bit more again, and probably going to rinse this tank. I need to get more. Bearded Mechanic uses that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's for fuel tanks treatment. I thought I did it, but that could have been a different motorcycle. I thought I treated this one, but maybe because it looked so good, I thought, oh, it's fine, but it's definitely not. So anyway, I'm gonna tear that apart, clean the petcock for the 15th time, and I'll let you know how it goes. So a package arrived today. Been waiting on this, pretty excited. I actually set up an AMSOIL account, which I've been wanting one for years, and it's pretty sweet. They'll ship it, most of the stuff, right to you. This stuff might not have shipped to California, and I won't say where it actually went to, but there's this new product that is definitely friendly to California called Power Phone, and it's probably going to be backwards for you guys because I don't know why phones do that, but it's a carburetor and induction system cleaner for 2-stroke and 4-stroke gasoline engines. I don't know why it wouldn't work on diesels, but anyway, it's a foaming carburetor cleaner, and I like ultrasonic cleaners. They work great, but I think this would do, you could probably do it inside the bike or in the car and not have to remove it. The videos I've seen, which, you know, videos, this crap just came foaming out of all of the ports and everything. So I'm gonna try it. Maybe I'll try it down here in the case a little bit and just see what it does before I go spraying it in the carburetor, or maybe I'll do the bottom down here. Yeah, let's try that first before I am gonna put the little straw on there because I don't know. Kind of funky. There's like residue all over the top of the can already, and it's actually really dented. But I'm sure it'll work just fine. But I'm not gonna go down those straws because it literally would just dump right at the bottom. So I'm gonna go. Wait. Gotta shake it. Directions. Do not apply while equipment is in motion. Obviously. Do not apply on a hot surface. Obviously. Test on a small area before using on rubber, painted, or plastic surfaces. Wipe off all spray. Protect painted surfaces, mass airflow sensors from spray. Ensure application is a well ventilated area. Run engine normal operating temperature and remove air cleaner assembly. Run engine. I guess you do it while it's on there. While engine is running, spray foam directly into throttle body as fast as possible without stalling. Shut off engine There's no throttle body in a carburetor. Shut off engine, allow to sit for 10 to 15 minutes, replace air cleaner, restart engine, repeat process, blah, blah, blah. Oh, in extreme cases, disassemble carburetor and soak parts. We're gonna use the extreme cases. So, extremely flammable, eye and skin irritant. Not for sale in California. Well, you shouldn't have shipped it here then. It is a Superior Washington company, which I thought that they would be just as non-EPA friendly as we are, but apparently just everyone hates us. It did foam a little. It's not, oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Definitely foaming now. Let's go into that. I guess we let it sit for 15 minutes. That's pretty cool. I mean, it definitely is a foaming, and that did not use much. I mean, I'm barely pressing down on this thing, and that actually did quite a bit. You know what I'm gonna do? I wonder if I can set the bowls in there. Why not? Yeah, cool. And then the carb, it said to test on, I don't have a new gasket for this, and I think I broke it last time if I remember right, but it's not coming off now. I can get a gasket, but the whole kit is $40. I don't know if I need new jets and crap like that. I mean, the only safe thing of getting new jets is then you know that they're the right size, but I don't want to spend $40 when the thing already runs. So maybe I'll knock that Venturi tube out of there and then we'll soak this guy down. But I probably should take that vent off there, spray it down in the choke and everything like that, or their enrichener, whatever. I don't know. There's probably no real good way. Maybe I could like put this in something. Oh, by the way, that guy in there, you probably can't see it. That hole, the upper one. Yeah, not even these screwdrivers. It was already so stripped out, and I didn't do it. I tried to get it out last time, but I could see that it was, not happy. The good thing, yeah, it's flowing, so I might just run some. Oh no, I can see through it. So it is clear. So there's really no point in taking it out, especially since I can't get it out. But I am going to clean up. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. The foaming already has gone away. Ooh, it's really greasy. I didn't expect that. Oh, wow, it's really greasy. It just smells like petroleum. But the brass actually shined up pretty good. I'm assuming these are brass. I don't know. That actually did not take long. Remember last time I dented these things? It actually is shining up this brass pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I got 2 cans of the stuff. It wasn't that much. It was just inconvenient to get it here. But as little as I just had to use, that should last me a long time. Like 2 cans. And those are big cans. Those are 18-ounce cans. So holy crap, that actually works pretty quickly. So oh wow, I'm gonna let that sit a little longer, but you can't see it. But anyway, that's already cleaning up in there. I don't know. I guess I could probably do something like read, but I don't know what you do afterwards. And shut off, allow, set, repeat. It just says soak parts. It doesn't say anything about what you do afterwards. I don't like that pointing right at me. Powerful foaming agent removes stubborn deposits, varnish, and gum left behind ethanol or degraded fuel. There's no ethanol in here. Yep, definitely is. Carbureted fuel injected engines restores stability and smooth operation while maximizing horsepower. Especially effective in power sports and small engines applications that run. Oh. Then sit for extended periods. This is definitely sat for a very extended period. This stuff it's weird. It's like I don't know. It's definitely petroleum based, but we should light it on fire and see what it does. Other product that I got in my big old box of goodies is chain lube, and I definitely need that. Does not fling off. Guards against dirt, corrosion, wear. How does it guard against wear? Extremely flammable. Let's see, is this stuff allowed to ship here? It doesn't say that it can't. Okay, so it must have just been this stuff that couldn't, I mean, it can ship here, just not directly here. And then the other stuff is actual brake cleaner, and it definitely doesn't say that it's chlorinated. Let's see. This actually doesn't say either. Washing contaminants, blah, blah, blah. I thought this would say not for sale in California, because this wouldn't ship here either. And so, no, there it is. Not for sale in California or New Jersey. So I guess it's not just California that sucks. The cool thing I forgot to say, Amsoil, when you set up an account with them, it's $20 a year, and I think they actually give you $10 off your first order if you spend $100, which that wasn't hard to do. So it's $10. Well, it'll be $20 next year, but anyway, so but they give you a discount, so you actually save money by making an account with them. And yeah, it costs you $20 a year, but the amount of savings helps. But they have tons of car cleaning products, which I don't really care about, but they threw in some for free. I thought that was pretty sweet. There was like a detail spray, like a dry spray. I've used it before. We used to use it on Artie's stock cars when we wipe them down. So that stuff works pretty good. I don't know about this Amsoil. It looks like the same exact stuff. So we'll try that out. It's like a dry wax, but it also cleans the surface too. I don't know, some black magic. Probably scratches the crap out of the paint, but we'll see. And then there's soap, which I needed for my foam cannon. So there's some concentrated soap that they actually threw in there too. And window cleaner. They threw in one. I bought one and they threw one extra one in there. And then we got some stickers and crap like that. But anyway, let's see. How's this guy going? Wow, that's actually working very well. Probably should get it all over. The nice thing, because it's an oil, well, the foam, but the oily, I don't know if it's oil, but oily stuff is staying on there. So you actually don't have to fill this entire thing up. But holy smokes, I don't know if you can see it when I pour it. It's like gray. So it's definitely cleaning it off there. So anywho's, yeah, you can't see any of that. I'm just showing nobody. Oh, you know what I should do? Let's drop this, whatever these things are. I don't know what the technical term on them are, but anyway, we'll drop those in there too and shoot a little foam in there. I mean, it's crazy how little you have to use. Cool. All right, we'll let that sit, and I might still throw it in the ultrasonic just to get that oily crap off there, but at the same time, I think the gas is just gonna break down that oily stuff anyway. Plus, it's a 2-stroke, so it's gonna be oily anyway. So, alrighty, we'll let you know. I gotta figure this dumb thing out. If I turn it off, if I stop the camera, the thing turns the phone off after, I don't know, whatever it is, 5 minutes or whatever. Well then, the camera, when you turn the phone back on, goes back to default. Oh. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it was. Oh. I lied. It's as bad as it was. So that's why I wanted to get some Rio cleaner. Maybe I do. Oh shoot. Let's see. Maybe we'll just do the foam. Oh crap! I wonder if I just spray that foam in this tank. Because that's good. Oh, I guess I did get all the gas out. Oh. Yeah. It's all making sense now. Let's get you in here. Because that's terrible. So it's 2-stroke oil, obviously, in there. But there are definitely, oh, you can see them. There are definitely chunks. It's like we're panning for gold. Holy smokes. Okay, well, yeah, that wasn't nearly as clean as I thought it was. So we spread the foam down in here. It seems to be working. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's, you know why it works? Because they don't sell it in California. That's why it works. We've got this guy soaking right here. Clean that whole thing out. Got those parts in there. But look in the float bowl. It like is gray, and I don't know if that is from like breaking down the crap that's in there, but it definitely has cleaned it up, and I have not done anything else to it. I didn't scrub on it or anything. So let's look in here. Come on, focus. You're not gonna focus. It looks like that O-ring has gotten torn a little. Wow, that is really bad when you see it on the camera. Wow, will you focus already? Yeah, I actually don't know what happened to the pickup screen that was on there. It'd be gone. So maybe I can find one, but I mean, this thing was brand new. I probably should take that apart too and clean it, because that was nasty that came out of there. Yeah, it's pretty gross in there. This thing was brand new when I put this on here. Yeah, I guess I should have dipped the tank a little bit better. I actually don't even think I cleaned it at all, because it's pretty gritty when you turn this thing. So anyway, that sucks. Anyway, we'll clean that up, and I gotta clean that tank, so I'm just gonna spray that foam in there. We'll let it slosh around for a bit, and we'll see how it goes. Dang it, I wish I could have shown you what this just did when I sprayed that. It, well, made a mess, but the first time I did it, no, that's the bottom. Let's see. This is, no, it was only on the reserve side, because that's the lowest part of the tank. Yeah, it literally did what the videos that I saw online did. I don't even know if you could see anything that I was just doing, but anyway, I'll just put that there. It was like a foam, like a snake from you know those fireworks, you light them and they're like a little fire snake, but it looked like that. It was like brown poopy crap coming out of there. It actually cleared up pretty quickly, but it was that stuff's pretty amazing, man. That definitely works. I don't know. It did say to be careful around rubber and everything. So, anywho's, whatever. I don't care. We'll figure it out. This was a cheapo China one anyway, so if it is junk, whatever. But I can always put a new O-ring in there, so we'll see. Yeah, I just realized I just filmed all that on whatever, vertical view. So now I gotta do this all over again. So basically what's going on is the tank has some rust issues, and I didn't really pay attention to this before, but if you look on this side of the tank, the bottom, this is the bottom obviously, there's a lot of rust. You look over here, it's completely fine. Well, if you look down the tank like this, and obviously imagine it being upside down, well, right side up, it is upside down. What's happening, fuel comes out from the petcock here, you fill it up here, on obviously the other side, fill it up, and it fills up both sides of the tank, but it only drains from this side. There's very little section here that crosses over only across the top. So really the only time the bike is getting fuel over to this side is when you lean the bike to the left, which is really stupid. I mean, yes, when you put it on the kickstand, it does lean to the left, but it's not enough, because I ran out of fuel. Like I was saying, it looked like it was out of fuel from me idling it around and everything like that. I really leaned the bike over and it filled up this side, because this side has, anyway, the point being, there's a ton of crap that's on the bottom of the tank here, and so it is not wanting to come out of the tank. So I haven't shown you this. That is what just came out of there, and this was a clean bucket. So, you know, that is what I drained out of the gas tank that had the, you know, the chunky chunks down in there. Well, I got a lot of those out before I did this, but look at that. There's still, you know, we're still panning for gold again. So it actually is easy to see with this yellow bucket, but yeah, look at that. And this wasn't good gas. This was bad gas that I pulled out of another vehicle. So I'm gonna take this guy again, shake it up, try to get some of that fuel from the, which would be the left side of the bike, try to get it out of the petcock there. I don't know, man, it's pretty bad, but I'm gonna clean this bucket again. We'll start over and see what we get. All right, so round 3, just tried it again. Yeah, it's not wanting to come out of that side of the tank. But if you look, well, if I show you where to look, that side, that's not bad. I mean, and then you see the petcock down there, the hole for it. That is not bad at all. But that proves my point that the fuel, because it's draining from this side, all of the junk gets pulled with it. But that side, holy smokes, that'd be rough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spray more of that California friendly stuff. Wow, look at that back there. That's not great either. So I'm gonna spray some more of that with this right side up like this, and hopefully it'll break up some of that. But then look down the bucket. So this is what came out the third time. It's definitely clearer. It's not as rusty color as it was before. Like that's what I just dumped out of there, and then that was the actual fuel. But this is, I mean, there's still big chunks. It's not great, but I might try putting some bolts or something. I don't have any gravel here. I've done that before, just throw some gravel down in there. So I did just find something that I'm missing that might be a pretty big problem. There is the gasket, which I lost. Oh well, I showed you it. The gasket for this guy, the case that goes around there. So I'm glad that I bought that, because it was just brittle before, but now it's you know, in 12 pieces. I'd rather not use RTV on this, but I mean, not that I'm against doing that, but so there is a little tab that sticks out there. You can see it. There's supposed to be a rubber, it's just like a bumper that goes on there, and it literally just pushes on there. Well, I didn't realize what it did until now. It actually helps push right there. You can actually see, no, you can't see. You can see there's a little indent right there. Not really an indent, but there's a depression mark, whatever, that pushes on there. I have no idea. I just got a phone call, so I don't know where we were at during that whole conversation, and I'm not about to go back and watch it because it don't really matter. So anyway, I'm gonna find something to, maybe I might just have David 3D print something, but anyway, just something to push back on that carburetor, because I don't want, I mean, it is pretty tight and you still can't see what I'm talking about. Hey, you know what? Let's try this. It's gonna shake like crazy. If I don't, kids probably love it there. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you probably just had a seizure. Okay, so as long as there's something pushing back on the carburetor, but look, I mean, honestly, I don't think it needs it. Now that that has that new boot seal grommet thingy, yeah, that thing's not moving at all. So I actually am not really worried about it now. So I'll probably just put some tape on there so that piece of little metal tang doesn't rubber on there. I don't think it will even touch. But anyway, so we're gonna put this back together and hopefully it'll just fire right off. Okay, so I'm trying to put this gasket on this housing, and this little flimsy guy will not stay on there. So little tech tip life hack, I don't know what you fools call that crap now, but so gasket maker, it's a Permatex product. It's called an anaerobic, which I had to look up what that meant. I mean, I knew what it meant. It is a type of material that only cures with no oxygen. So cool that you don't have to close this stuff, because it's not oxygen activated, it's activated with no oxygen. So you actually don't, it doesn't dry out until you bolt it on whatever you're trying to use. So I just put a really thin layer of it, just actually a tiny little dollop on my finger, and just go around and put it on all of it, but only one side. I don't want it sticking to the case so it tears when it comes off. I just want the gasket to stay on here. And so a little bit goes a very long way with this stuff. Matter of fact, it's kind of everywhere on the inside, even though I was trying to be very careful about putting it on. But it's like a jelly almost, and it kind of just gets everywhere. But anyway, so look at that. I mean, just stuck on, and I just put that on there. So there's no wait time or anything like that. You can do it. You can. It is a gasket maker, so you can not use a gasket. But I already bought it, and it's nice because you technically could just reuse this gasket. You're going to be in there. It's a carburetor. You're going to be in there again. So I don't want it to buy a new gasket every time. So I just glue that on there, and we'll see how it goes. Up here, the reason why there isn't, because this seals against the rubber. So you don't have to have a gasket there. We're going to slap this on there and see how it goes. I actually just had to clean inside. You won't be able to see it. I could barely see it even with my little light. But it is nasty on the inside there. So I sprayed some more of the California foam in there, and that is what came out of there. That was me trying to rinse out to the best I can. You really can't even get into there at all. But this is where all the air comes in, so I don't want any of that crap. It looks like what it is the foam filter for the air housing. It looks like it came apart and glued itself to all the oily bits inside of there. So a lot of it came out. I don't know. I don't have high expectations, but we'll see how it goes. Well, attempt number, I don't know, where were we at, 4? I just soaked it down with California foam, and I mean, I knew it was going to break up stuff in there, and I showed you how nasty it was inside the tank, but there's still chunks. Apparently oh wow, yeah, actually, yeah, yep, there's still chunky chunks coming out of there. It's crazy because a tank looks really clean, but anywho, well, I guess around 13, I don't, yep. Okay, well, update. It's not great. It's actually just as bad even after the 14th try or whatever. Anyway, there's still chunks in there. So yeah, I actually don't think it's chunks. I think it is varnish, because you can actually just like touch the piece and it just like melts away. The help of my finger wasn't in front of the camera, but it if you look down inside the tank, which I really can't get an angle for you guys to see, yeah, it just, I don't know, I gotta throw something in there I think and shake it up, because the varnish just keeps coming out. So I don't think I'm gonna be hooking this back up. I might have to just run the nurse bottle on it, which I probably should have done in the first place, but you can't ride the bike with that. So anyway, I'm gonna throw, I wish I could put this thing in an ultrasonic, but I don't know what to do to the paint. Oh well, anyway, so I might have to order that Evapora stuff, so I'll let you know what happens. All right, I just threw a handful of screws in there with a bunch of, I don't know, degreaser, brake clean, yeah, I don't know, but it's something. It smells bad. Yeah, it smells like a bomb. A bunch of like decking screws, new ones, not rusty ones. What I've done before is put this on like a trailer, not this, but a tank, put it on a trailer and go drive around, and you'd be surprised how much a trailer bounces down the road. And then you dump the gas out. You can just use gas, whatever, but I've tried gas like 13 times. But anyway, you throw in a bunch of handful of rocks, clean gravel, and just drive around. It's like a homemade ultrasonic cleaner. The trickiest thing is keeping your thumb over the drain so we're not dumping gas or whatever this junk is. Alright, I'll let you know how this goes. Okay, well, this is not easy. I'm trying to show you. Maybe that works. Just get the light down in there. It's not great. It's definitely better than it was. That doesn't help when you take the light away. You know, we're gonna get seasick. That side turned out really good. That's what I'm saying. It's really hard to show you guys. But yeah, I mean, it's not 100%. Definitely not. It's not even 50%. But it's, you know, there are spots that are up high that I'm not super worried about. So that's pretty damn good. But then again, I'll tell you, like, this side didn't have terrible spots because it's the side that it drains on. See, pick up down there. And that side's pretty good. But this guy back there, I mean, that's pretty good back there. I don't know what the top looks like, but I guess we could look down and maybe a little bit, yeah. Top looks all right. Honestly, I'm just kind of tired of it. I just want to put the bike back together. So this is the little concoction that I made up. And you can definitely see all of the chunks. And this was a clean bucket. I completely cleaned this out. The screws look really clean, because they were new, I promise. But they're new now. But that's all just that California foam and engine degreaser, and I think that's why it turned foamy, because one of those is probably water-based. I'm tired of that tank. I'm literally just gonna put the petcock back on it, fill it full of more bad gas. I might actually strain some of the bad gas out of that. I mean, some of the bad chunky stuff out of it, but I really just want to hear this thing run. I realized the nursing bottle would work, but like Jamie says, I can't be bothered. So we'll see how this goes, and then I'm going home because it's 7:45 and I'm tired of being here. Well, hopefully you can hear me. It was no, well, it's been idling for like 20 minutes. I don't know why it all of a sudden decided to not stay running. It's still staying way up in the RPMs for some reason. And I've adjusted it like 10 times. It was idling. Something, I don't know, something's not happy. Like I said, I don't know jack about two strokes, but it at least is running better, and the throttle response. I just don't know why it's staying up at high RPMs for so long. I mean, it's idling, but it's not happy. So I can back that out a little bit, but I also don't think that tach is right because it says 2,000 RPMs. That don't sound like 2,000 to me, but I mean, it's idling, but there may be jets that are wrong. I mean, the reeds could be messed up. I don't know anything about those. So we might just call that a victory and go from there because it sounds weird. I don't know. Still also doesn't look like it's flowing fuel, but obviously it is. And it's blowing plenty of smoke, so I mean, you can look. There's plenty of smoke back there from it. I definitely think there's oil in there. So I don't know. Let's just go ride it. We'll see what the heck it does.